So unfortunately, in Israeli society, there are people who are refusing to draft into the military. It causes a huge problem for the morale of the country, for the security of the country, and also it brings about this whole self-depreciation of bringing the country down morally as a whole. Also allows the enemies of Israel an opening to attack, because once they see that people are not going into the military, once they see that people no longer love their country or care about their country, they see it as a form of weakness to attack, and it only invites future attacks on Israel and only prolongs future acts of war. But these are the people that are the young folks who refuse to draft.
אני יסמין, בת 18 מירושלים. ב-13 לראשון, תאריך הגיוס שלי, אני אגיע לבקו"ם ואכריז שאני מסרבת להתגייס מטעמי מצפון. אני מתכוונת לסרב כי אני לא מוכנה לשתף פעולה עם מדיניות הכיבוש והמצור על עזה. כל תפקיד בצבא בסופו של דבר משרת את הכיבוש. אני לא מוכנה לעצום את העיניים שלי, ואני לא מוכנה לתת יד למעשים שאני לא מאמינה בהם. אני לא מסכימה לשתף פעולה עם המדינה שהיא עושה דברים שנוגדים את המצפון שלי ואת הקווים האדומים שלי. אז בתיכון למדתי בבית הספר דמוקרטי בירושלים. תוך כדי הלמידה בבית ספר על המצב, החלטתי שאני לא מוכנה לשתף פעולה עם מה שקורה במדינה, עם הכיבוש. החלטתי שמה שאני רוצה לעשות זה לסרב.
This is what Yasmin does today. She's in the sweater with the two other guys next to the car. And all she does is she likes to film soldiers and harass them while they're doing their work. Yasmin and her friends live in Atawani, a Palestinian village just south of Jerusalem.
ציון, אני בת 18, ואני החלטתי לסרב להתגייס לצבא. דורש שינוי מיידי, ואני רוצה להיות חלק קטן בשינוי הזה. אני חושבת שהאקט של הסירוב זה אקט שמעורר המון על מה שקורה פה, על הכיבוש והפעולות שלנו בשטחים. השיח הולך ומתקדם. ואנשים ממשיכים לחשוב על זה ולנסות אולי להגיע לפתרונות.
It's my way of showing I won't be a part of this oppressive system.
I understood that there is no way that I'm joining this body and participating in what I saw from the outside as war crimes.
It all happened around the age of 17, 18, when I had to make a choice if I'm going to become like a fighting combat soldier or I'm going to refuse.
2 years for women, nearly 3 for men. But for some young Jewish Israelis, something is changing.
When you think of Israel's military in one word, what do you think?
3 words, wrong side of history.
What about you?
Apartheid.
These teenagers are burning their draft letters, part of an unprecedented movement to refuse to join the army. For many, one of Israel's most cherished public institutions.
Our society is violent because everyone is holding a weapon. For a total of 115 days, I wouldn't say it was a good experience. It's a bad experience.
I met people in prison who were arms dealers, rapists, murderers.
Soon it will be Sophie's turn. She's about to hit draft age.
Does hearing about that prison experience scare you?
Yes, of course. But it doesn't deter me. It's a difficult experience that I'll have to have.
Again, if there is a big crisis of people refusing to serve in the military, then you have situations like this situation in the 2014 war, where Hamas had a tunnel that went underneath the ground into a military checkpost, and they killed the soldiers. There weren't enough soldiers to man the checkpost, and henceforth they met their deaths because they didn't have enough manpower to defend the outpost. And this is what happens when people refuse to serve. The whole point of the Israeli military is to save lives and prevent attacks. Israel faces enemies every day of people who want to blow themselves up, like this lady in 2005 who went in a checkpoint and had a suicide bomb in her own underwear. It was eventually taken off her and blown up by itself, but it was destined to go to a hospital. The whole reason the IDF has checkpoints is to prevent loss of lives, not to bother civilians and not to make lives harder, but to defend Israel's own civilians and to prevent people like this from carrying them out.